to everything. So you guys obviously know, right? First thing we do, chat. First thing we do. What do we do? We're in the office. What's the first thing we're gonna do here? What is the first thing we're gonna do? Nope. Fuck fundamentals, bro. That's it. Check in with yourself, bro. You gotta check in, man. Like, if you're not in the right state of mind to trade, right? It doesn't matter what your fundamentals are saying, don't matter what your technicals are saying. Let me adjust this chair, right? You've got to be in the right state of mind because most of your trading problems don't come from a lack of education, especially for those who've been here a while, right? But most of them come from psychological issues and the problem is those psychological issues arise way before we get on the chart. They crank up and crank up and crank up, and by the time New York session starts, we're so emotionally aroused, we're basically trading not sober, and you need to be trading from a great state of mind. So there are always a few basic questions that I always kind of keep in the back of my mind. And I thought it would be good to just kind of share a few of them again, because I know it's been a while since TradingView have changed all the settings. All right. That's an old one. Where are we? All right. So number one, right, making sure you're in a good headspace. End all be all, making sure you are in a good headspace at the end of the day. If you're not in a good headspace, like if you've had problems with your family, you're arguing, you've got real life shit going on, like that's not a good time to be trading because you're going to project that all into the charts, right? Making sure you're not tired, right? If you're tired coming to the charts, you got to treat this like being a professional athlete, right? If you're a professional athlete, you're not going to be doing your fucking boxing or whatever athletical thing you're doing when you're tired. You're going to be energized, well rested. You're not going to be trading when you're sick. Are you trading for the sake of trading? What is your intention when you go to this market? Too many of you don't set intentions. And that's why, right, most people fail because they're not intentional about their actions. They become victim to this law of hypnotic rhythm where they're just stuck in the same cycles over and over and over and over again, right? Not being conscious. Am I following my plan? Right? That is the entire reason why we're trading. You're not trading what you think. You're not trading sometimes you're not even trading what you see, right? You're trading your rules. And obviously, if your rules don't match what you see, it doesn't fucking matter, right? And the only job you need to do as a trader is execute your plan and manage risk. Have I prepared for this trade, right? Like y'all can't be coming here, right, trying to trade New York Stock Exchange open when you've been up for 5 minutes. You can't not do any preparation, and it's like a marathon. You don't just turn up to a marathon and be like, yeah, let's fucking run. You prepare, you train for that, right? We are trading the world's largest financial markets. You must be prepared for your trades. And ultimately, again, your intentions, are you trying to preserve capital or just jumping in the markets? Like that is literally the number one difference between rich people and poor people. Poor people get money and they want to spend it. They have poor habits. Poor traders, they come to the market and they want to trade. They want, where's the signal, right? They're like crackheads. Where's the next entry? Versus professionals, we're more abundant, we're more calm, and our goal is capital preservation. We're not here trying to take trades every day. We're not here trying to take stupid trades. We're here to follow our plan, manage our risk, and protect our money, right? Trading is a game of defense, not a game of offense. And obviously now, right, now we checked in with ourselves, right? Of course, now we can now look at some of the fundamentals, look at our technicals, and make sure, obviously, that we are in a good state of mind. Now, first thing I normally do when I go to the charts is I'll do an end of day markup. So I'll go back and look at obviously, if I'm in any positions, right, what has transpired since the last time I checked the charts. Obviously, I think yesterday when we had our Zoom call, we was basically here, something like this on CAD, right? And then we obviously said, we're going to look for that rollover and see this thing keep looking to redistribute, right? To eventually, take 6,900. And long and behold, obviously on our call, well, not on the call, but after the call, she's obviously rolled over. So I've made sure my stop loss is now, again, it's not break even. I don't believe in breaking even because you've got to know where your line in the sand is, right? Because obviously we know we've got a redistribution here, got our accum, got our ICE, got our distro, and our break of our ICE, right? So if I go and put it's Chinese New Year, fucking hell, we've got a bunch of fireworks outside. I might start hearing the dog go crazy. But where are we? Chinese New Year, bruv. These fireworks go off all day. It does my head in. Um, well, I don't even know why they celebrate Chinese New Year here. It's like Thailand, bro. What the fuck? Um, Anyway, right, obviously, once we've redistributed, we know that our leg is now going to be maintained from here, right? We're not these lower high, lower low spastics. We're obviously maintaining from our redistribution. So I'm not going to come and put my stop loss here because look where my line in the sand is, right? So if I put my stop loss at break even, it can come, take me out, respect the move, and obviously collapse. And I don't want that to happen. So that's why I've got my stop loss now, right? Obviously, taking a nice little partial on this already. And I don't even know how these fireworks are going off. I thought fireworks were illegal in Thailand. Fuck knows. Anyway, right. I guess it's not illegal when you pay. It looks like beer time soon in Bangkok. Nah, man, you can't be drinking on a weekday, bro. We've got goals to achieve, mate. Nah, mate. You can't be drinking in the weeks, mate. But yeah, obviously we've redistributed, right? So now, for me, obviously, we'll get into the whole fundamentals on CAD as well. And obviously, I'll bring up my key data document. So, I will obviously drop this in the chats for you guys. Maybe I'll quickly drop it now. Where is it? Let me download this real quick. Let me just download this for y'all real quick. If y'all check the Telegram, it should be in there, unless I've accidentally snuck in a photo of myself. But that's pretty much the main things I'm looking at for majority of the currencies for this week. But yeah, that's it, bro. You got to be careful when you come to Thailand, bro. A lot of people, they come here and their self-discipline, bro, it goes out the window, mate. They just get sucked into that lifestyle. You got to be disciplined, mate. But anyway, right, obviously key data for this week. If you obviously pull up those documents. So number one, all right, let me kind of split this for a second, right? Obviously, key data for this week. What do we have, right? Why is it looking like that? Let's go over here. Can we split it? There we go, right? Obviously, our key data for this week. This week, we do have a Canadian Central Bank meeting coming out on Wednesday. And I just wanted to kind of roll through, my fundamental reasoning on the Canadian dollar, because I know I haven't spoken too much about it recently. We've just been focused on the dollar, and I have got some new developments for you guys. So obviously, we know COT positions are net short, right, on the Canadian dollar. We can see we've got over 170,000 net short positions on the CAD, right? One second, I'm just going to adjust this AC. It's getting a bit toasty in here. Make this motherfucker swing. There we go, right? So obviously we're net short, right? So obviously when we're trading CAD futures, we know this is explaining another reason why, Canadian dollar has been selling off for so long. Now, why? Why are they net short, right? This is the most important thing. So right now, due to these weaker oil prices, right, we've been seeing less demand for the Canadian exports, right? And one of the most important things is the rate differential. When you look at the interest rates compared to the US, and you look at the interest rates compared to Canada, who knows what they are? What's the current interest rate for the US? What is the current interest rate for the US? Chat, what is the current? Yep. 4.5. And what is the current interest rate for the CAD? Google's it. Use it, man. Use Google. I ain't going to tell y'all. Tell me. Y'all should be doing your homework. 3.25. So think about this, right? What the interest rates mean? Higher interest rates mean a greater yield, meaning higher interest rates means that currency is more attractive. So what do we know right now, right? If the CAD's interest rates are 3.25, right, and the US dollar is 4.5, what are you going to be doing, right? If you hold CAD, you're going to be getting rid of your Canadian dollars, right, and putting them into where? Into the dollar, right? Buying the dollar and selling the CAD. That's why, right, we're short on the CAD. That's why we're bullish on USD CAD, because of the rate differential. The difference between the two interest rates, meaning the US is way more attractive for foreign investment, right, compared to obviously Canadian. And that's why, and obviously I've got some of the answers on there. So that's why we're seeing, right, our non-commercials net short. And remember, non-commercials, your profits, are your traders for profit. So that's why, right, we've been seeing this bearish market cycle on the CAD. And that's why I'm looking for the CAD to come and sweep. Well, I mean, I've been waiting for this since fucking Jesus, since March 2020. I'm waiting for these new lows to be taken, right, on the CAD. I think this is going to be absolutely juicy. Now, yeah, I think if we look at kind of the higher time frame, we have. I mean, don't get me wrong, there was some demand in here, but I don't expect this thing to even hold anymore. To be honest with you, I think it's just going to plummet straight through. Based on the whole fundamentals, there's not really a reason to be buying the CAD right now. We've been seeing this thing. We tried to accumulate. We obviously confirmed a redistro. We had a micro distro, another distribution. So we're just seeing nothing but sellers across the board on this, man. I mean, we did have a beautiful piece of volume absorption as well, like up here, right, on one of our manipulations on our distribution side, right, high volume. And when we create that UTAD, we get even more volume. So prices going higher, volume's going higher. What does that mean? Price going higher, volume going higher, and no follow through. What does that mean? Chat, what does that mean? No, bro's drawing. I didn't even see that. I didn't know you could do that with it. Yeah, down, right? Absorption, 100%. 100% sellers are in control. So for me, it makes a lot of sense to see this thing keep, honestly, just keep humbling down, especially from this fundamental side of things. Obviously, from a technical standpoint, we can see, we obviously came into the 80%. We did print a beautiful little distribution. Obviously, with our little distribution, all right, we did have a nice little Frankfurt sweep up in here as well. She comes in, gets your change of character, right? Your 1 drive, your 2 drive, your 3 drive, 4 drive, 5 drive, Frankfurt sweep into an up thrust. And then obviously we get that beautiful sign of weakness. She comes back up, right? For me, I just end up having a limit on here, all right? I was pretty busy on Friday, but I know she did give a micro in here. And I know quite a few people ended up taking the buy on UCAD off the UCAD's accumulation, which is obviously Canadian dollars, distribution. So well done for everyone who is in them. So kind of moving forward on this, right? What I really want to do with this thing is just play continuations on it, man. I mean, how I'm kind of looking at this now, right? Yeah, it is paying very nice, right? How I really want to play this now is play the redistributions, right? Set an alert at 69750 and walk it down, on like an intraday basis. I think it's an active accumulation now. All right. So maybe we can kind of get the spike up and then maybe during New York Stock Exchange. I don't know if we'll get this move today, to be honest with you. Realistically, I mean, it took last time it was formed on a Wednesday. It came back on a Friday, Tuesday. Maybe we get this Wednesday or Thursday to see if we can roll over back to the downside on this thing. So let's definitely look to be short in CAD futures. So UCAD, I'd be looking to be buying at the same area to roll this thing over. So obviously, if you're looking at UCAD, it's literally just going to be trying to buy it from there. Obviously, the dates, the price points are from the fib is from 23rd of Jan to around the 24th of Jan. Obviously, CAD's the opposite. Anyone got any questions about CAD? TP levels? Here? Here. And get the extension in. Send it down to the 127. Send it down to the 127. And then I'll probably try and leave a runner because we could definitely get a measured move coming in like this. That's definitely possible. We could extend to those 1618s. And hopefully, let's see if that does coincide, with our equal lows. That would be absolutely juicy if we can get that. Damn, these Chinese fireworks is going crazy outside. But yeah, all good. Everyone good on CAD futures / USD CAD? 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100 Well, obviously the monetary policy and oil as well. Yeah, like you tell me. Yeah, so with with Canada, right? One of their biggest imports is oil, right? So lower oil prices, lower Canadian dollar prices. I mean, we look at crude oil, right? I mean, thing just it's rolling over. I mean, obviously, it's not a one for one correlation, right? It's not one for one, but I think oil could definitely be making its way down, man. For sure. Especially like with Trump, trying to drill more oil, it makes more sense, more supply, lower prices. Um, so yeah, up there. That's kind of my stance uh on the old CAD. I need to update some of my futures charts as well, so we are going to do that. But yeah, any other questions regarding CAD? 0.75 to zero point 0.8 positive correlation between CAD USD and oil prices. Interesting. But yeah, that's kind of the thesis on it. So let's see if we can keep rolling over. Let's see if we can get those little pullbacks, and then let's see if we can walk this thing down. I mean, as long as we don't break 0.700, I'm still good for short. So I think if we break 0.700, I think this thing is pretty much done, to be honest with you. Um, yeah, I really don't want it to break that. I don't have a reason for it to come any higher than that. Like, what else is it going to mitigate? For me, this is all pretty much taken care of. So I don't see a reason, unless wants to give the fucking mother of all shakeouts. But I don't see much of a reason to. So let's see. Let's see what happens. Here, once we confirm this registrar, here. Brother, what did that USD JPY? Yeah, we'll get into that, my bro. I can tell you now, it's probably not going to give an entry right this second, so relax. But we'll get into it, I promise. So next thing, right, we're going to get onto is Daddy Dollar, right? Daddy Dollar, 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 dollar. What is going on with the dollar? Chat. Tell me, from a fundamental standpoint, what is the story with the dollar? What's the story of Alamori? Yeah, Trump said he wants to cut rates. Damn right he did, right? He definitely did. But is that going to make the dollar sell off right now? What controls the flow of money? The Fed, central bank, right? Don't get me wrong, like, I think under Trump's administration, it's highly likely to definitely see a weak dollar. But given the current not political, given the current, what's the correct word? Given the current environment, the Fed, there's no real reason to. I think right now, the Fed are extremely hawkish, meaning that's very bullish for the dollar. I mean, we can see COTs are definitely net long, right? They've got 28,000 buy positions, right? So that is also another reason why we're going up. But what's going on with the Fed's monetary policy, chat? I'm going to hide my document. I know some of you have read it. But tell me, what's going on with the Fed? What have we been speaking about? Damn right, fear of inflation, right? We've definitely seen some upticks with inflation. We've seen their dot plot change, right? The Fed are talking about, let's look at CPI year over year, right? We've definitely seen, right, PCE and CPI start to uptick. We can see that if we look on the last, since like the 10th of last year, 11th, 12th, and obviously in the first, inflation has been creeping up. We look at PCE year over year as well. Not as bad. Bro, these fireworks go crazy. It sounds like a war zone outside, right? We've been seeing, right, it's going up. PCE's up as well, right? We've been creeping up 2.1, 2.3, 2.4. So PCE year over year is been creeping up, man. It's definitely been creeping up. So, labor market is extremely resilient right now, right? Extremely resilient. The Fed only get into a rush to cut rates when what happens? When inflation's low, And when the labor market's weak, right? Labor market is extremely resilient and strong right now. We've got a very healthy economy. I mean, the stock market is fucking booming. Consumer spending is ridiculously high, so it's just supporting that narrative of higher rates for longer, and that's going to continue to strengthen the dollar. Why? Because money is pouring into bonds, right? Bond yields specifically are fucking going like crazy, and we know that yields make a currency more attractive, and that's what's been driving dollar up. So yeah, I think unless we do see the labor market soften, and we start getting those fears of recessions and job growth slows and inflation starts to kind of cool off, then and we start breaking market cycle, we start seeing COTs come out with net shorts, then I think would be safe to go net short on the dollar. But right now, I don't want to jump the gun and start trying to sell it a bit early. In Trump's in Trump's speech last week, he mentioned, it definitely caused some sell-offs. It definitely did. But end of the day, the central bank's more important, in my opinion. Don't get me wrong, like I just follow data. That like right now, we don't have let's look at all the data, right? How many reasons do we have for short on the dollar? Compared to how many reasons we have for long on the dollar. For me, right now, I can count more reasons for long on the dollar. Don't get me wrong, it's helping for a bearish narrative. It confirms what we know about Republican presidents. But I don't want to jump the gun because, what does your journal tell you about selling in, what I mean? Like in demand, let's break the market cycle first. We're moving to risk off quantitative tightening. This deep CKI is not crashing the markets. This is just normal price action. But yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like Trump is bearish for the dollar, but again, some of these things can take a while to come in. So I think my game plan with the dollar, right? I do want to wiggle in for a buy in at some point down here. I think we can come a little bit lower. We did tap into this reload, so I do think it can come lower to the 50. So I don't want to be that aggressive on here. I mean, on closer inspection on here, we do have this redistro that's maintained a market cycle. So I think if we can break this, then I'll look for some buys again. All right. I mean, I think right now, maybe it's the start of like a 1 drive, 2 drive, 3 drive, potentially to come lower, something like this on the dollar. But I do think we can get another little pop to the upside. In terms of news today, we've got a little bit of consumer confidence news today that could give us some manipulation. But I do want to see if we can try to short this thing down to the 50%. If I get, and now again, I'm not going to be that aggressive on here. I would rather this thing distribute and then play a redistribution. But if it does give the distribution and taps off that 50, I mean, yeah, I'm game. I mean, if we check out Asia, we could definitely sweep these Asia highs to the left and come into that New York price action over here. That would be pretty clean if we kind of sweep those Asia highs over there and then come to kind of like 1 drive, 2 drive, 3 drive, UTAD. It's a bit of a reach, but ideally sweep the Asia highs, and then give the weakness to roll over. Again, I am long-term, I am bullish on it on a higher time frame, so I don't want to prematurely jump the gun. It's just a small hedge to bring it down to lower demand because technically we are in premium. I still think we are rebalancing because the bearish market cycle is still intact at the end of the day. We did try to accumulate here, but what did we do? We just redistributed and just went bang and flopped down. I'm not convinced about this being our accumulation just yet. I mean, I will check the volume on Euro futures in a second. But again, it's Monday price action, man. I mean, we all know what Monday price action is. It's, trash. So let's kind of see if we can build that distro and they're on $1. Yeah, I don't want to be too aggressive on it though, like I said. But does anyone got any questions in regards to the old dollar? Nope. Anyone see it different?
Bro, sorry, can I just reconfirm? Are you saying then if we look for if we see price, sorry, potentially break? Oh, sorry, my
Oh,
bad.
my bad. You want me to go back down? Sorry.
My bad, bro. Yeah, if we see price potentially break above this part over here, then we're good to look for like short term buys then, what you're saying. I didn't catch that last bit, sorry.
Yeah, so basically, like, yeah, so let's we'll go for it again. So obviously, where we are now, I think there's room to go lower. We're not at the 50. So because we've entered a bearish market cycle and we're still maintained from here, it makes sense for sellers to still come in to bring us down to the 50 to discount.
Yeah,
So just being mindful, we did tap into the reload. So if we can, and seeing that the accumulation is not the best, that's why I'm more in favor of it coming lower.
mm,
But if it does react out of the reload and start to invalidate supply, we can have a look potentially for some buys here. I won't be that aggressive on the accum, but maybe some micro reaccums to send it higher. Or of course, if we definitely reaccum, then yeah, there's no question about it.
mm.
Um, but I think for me right now, why do we have supply here to retrace us down to demand? If we tapped into some minor demand and we invalidate supply, well, why would that be? Well, if we know a bullish higher time frame, I think it would make sense to send it higher at that point.
Yeah, sweet. Makes sense, bro. Thank you.
Yeah. Because if we look at all the supply, like the micro distro, it's just been walking itself down. Redistro, 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 redistro. You know what I mean? Let's see if it's going to do that or invalidate supply. So, yeah, definitely. Excuse me. Sorry, I just ate some Indonesian stew. But yeah, if definitely if it breaks, let's pop an alert on this high at 108,500 to see if we get some buyers come in. But if not, we are still technically in this intra-day leg. So let's see if we can walk it down.
Sweet, bro. Makes sense, man. Safe, bro.
Yeah, no problem, brother. Yeah. Any other questions in regards to euro? Or sorry, dollar? Nope. Oh, so next thing, let's check euro. So I haven't even updated my euro futures chart in a minute. Let's kind of get up to date on these. So what do we do? Yeah. So we know basically what we're doing on the dollar. Euro futures has tapped into higher supply, but I'm not too kind of concerned. I don't want to be too aggressive with euro futures just yet with a sell because dollar's got room. And technically, euro is maintaining a bullish market cycle from here. There is a little bit of liquidity here, so I don't want to be that aggressive on this. But to be honest, we go back to the dollar. Yeah, kind of similar. Let's see if we get the micro and we get some high volume in here, I think I would be game for some buys. I mean, we are kind of seeing some volume in this, but can we validate anything? Let's see. Let's see. So do we get the 38.2? Do we get the 30? Yes. Do we now get a larger pullback than the prior pull? Yes. So we can put that there. Now, I like how it's making a lot of lows, but if we kind of go back to the dollar, dollar looks a little bit cleaner, I think. Like buyer's climax, automatic reaction, secondary test, up thrust, up. Well, this turned to a type 4 actually now, to be honest with you. So I think I'm going to switch that on EU, more like a type 4. Yeah, there we go. So we're going to need some major strength on this. Got one, a two, a three. Question is, are we going to get some strength on this to send this higher? let's see. Let's see if we can get some strength. I want to pop an alert on here on euro, so we can do that. Depends. Again, the risk reward needs to be juicy. Otherwise, I don't want to be that aggressive. Um, on here. Oh, did we sweep this on euro? We didn't. Again, we could still come a little bit lower and come into this New York. We can still come into this New York. How do I get rid of the days on this daily divider? This one. There we go. So I think we can still come into this little New York manipulation and come a bit lower on this and come down to the overall 80. But we'll see if we can get a sign of strength here, then we might be able to play this. It is early in the week, so I don't want to be that aggressive. We've got a bit of volume starting to come in. But let's see if we can get a sign of strength. I mean, we kind of see some micros coming into here. So yeah, I want to see if we can buy up the euro potentially to hedge it eventually. It was going to be a hedge. Again, I don't want to be that aggressive in here because of the liquidity. But if I can get this little micro and a sign of strength to confirm the accumulator type form, it might be worth something if the risk reward's good. But again, I just don't want to be too aggressive because of the dollar. I think the dollar's got a bit more room to. Yeah, I think looking at the dollar, this price action is a bit more cleaner to me, and I'm looking at that more as a drive, to be honest with you. So I wouldn't be surprised if dollar can give another U like manipulation to then do that. So euro. How do I know if the liquidity needs to be taken? You don't. You don't. I guess the only answer is if they accumulate, bro. That's it. That's it. My thing is like the purpose of a schematic is to fill orders, So if they need to fill more orders, right, they'll take it. If they don't, they'll fill their orders here. Because remember, at each price point, there's a certain amount of orders. The lower you go, the more orders there are. So if they can get all their orders filled to fulfill that agenda to come up here, right, then they won't take the liquidity. Oh, but liquidity has to be taken. Says who? Where in the rule book? Where in the rule book does it say liquidity must get taken? Nowhere. It's literally just a case of if they're ICT spastic. You know what I mean? I can't trade. That's what that one. um, oh, that was too funny. But yeah, if that does happen, it's not a con anymore. I mean, again, liquidity does not have to be taken. I mean, type 4, I think, is potentially building out. Oh, this one? Looking like a type 4 in my opinion, but I'm going to be basing it all off the dollar pretty much because we're looking at EU. So let's see if the dollar can give weakness or if it's going to give another sweep to the upside. I think another sweep to the upside makes more sense. And of course, if we end up breaking the line in the sand, that is we'll switch the bias back to the buys. So this is just a small hedge. So risk will be a little bit reduced. the double butt pattern, is that what you're looking at? But let's see if we can get some volume coming at New York Stock Exchange. How many times do you see Frankfurt sweep, NYSE mitigate? So let's see if we can get that. Cool. Any other questions? All right, bet. Let's move on to the pound. Pound look a little bit better, right? Pound is coming into some supply, right? But the only problem is just a little, well, I didn't actually investigate this little micro up here. We've got a minor boost. Anyone validate this? Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. Where is my parallel channel? Here we go. Oh God, wait there. Where's my parallel channel? We got a drive. We got a one drive, a two drive. Uh, let's adjust this, make sure it is on the Wix. I can't necessarily validate that. But we do got some cause and effect. We do got cause and effect. But this is hard because it's all driven by dollar. I don't want to be trying to short the pound and buy euros. This is going to be really driven by the dollar. So I don't want to short the pound until the dollar shows strength, to be honest. Yeah. So I'm not going to do both. I'm not going to accelerate my risk. I'm going to and have a look, right? Come on, ladies, come on, ladies. Anyone remember that guy, that £1 fish guy? You remember? um, but yeah, I think we can come a little bit higher on GU up into here. Eastern £1 fish. Come on. As if we can get a little £1 fish, right? I think we could definitely come up here. And again, that thing is, I'm very mindful of where we are in GU as well, just because we're down here. But again, dollar is daddy and dollar trumps. You got deported? No way. Boss man got deported. What the fuck? What the fuck? Um, yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, I don't really want to do too much with the pound. I'll be honest with you. I mean, pound's looking like an accumulation. One drive, two drive, three drive, four drive, maybe a spring. Maybe pound can reaccumulate, manipulating the fish markets. But yeah, I'm not gonna do anything with the pound, to be honest with you. It's gonna be more so the euro front and the dollar today for me. And obviously CAD, JPY. Yeah, bro, we'll get through. Don't worry, my guy. I know you're new here, but we get through. We'll go for all of them, my bro. Um, but yeah, so look, I haven't even been on the Japanese futures chart for a minute. So let's reanalyze. So fundamentals. What can we talk about for the BOJ? What can we talk about for the BOGA? Rate hikes, right? They hiked rates, and I mean, wait. Let me clean this up. Wait there. Wait there. Wait there. Wait there. But wait there. Let me clean this thing up, bro. These fireworks are. I might have to go outside in a minute, bro. These fireworks, bro. Wait, I might have to send my Rottweiler out there. All right. So, but how convenient is it, right? That the first rate hike at the spring of an accumulation boosts, and then they come back to the 80% before hiking rates again. Like it's a bit too convenient if you ask me. What time is it? It is almost 8 p.m. Bro, this Chinese New Year, bro, these motherfuckers don't care. They be doing this all night, bro. I remember last year, bro, they was doing this at fucking 2 in the morning. I was like, what the fuck? I went mad. I actually went out with my dog last year. I was pissed. Um, um, yeah, anyway, you got a visit. I don't like Chinese New Year, bro. It's pretty, I don't think it's that good. It's literally just fireworks that go off every hour. Pretty boring. If you want to have a great time in Thailand, come for Songkran. This is the best time of your life. I didn't even upload all the videos from last year. This, bro, is the water fights. Yeah. A week. Well, it's normally 3 days. The whole thing's a week, but the 3 days of water fights. Like, bro, you cannot leave your house without getting wet. Like, literally, bro, people go up to little kids will go up to feds, like the police will fucking wet them up. Bro, like the whole literally, right? Like, I literally posted nothing this year from it. But bro, it was literally the best thing in my life, man. I was driving around in my truck, bro. I was fucking air bombing people or water balloons, bro. Like the entire people put like with elephants on the street, bro. Like it is literally a giant water festival, bro. Like if you're a tourist and you come there with your suitcase, bro, you're getting wet. Like people don't fuck about. Yeah, I brought this fucking powerful water gun, bro. It was so powerful. Oh my god, I was knocking heads back with it. It was sick. But anyway, back to the charts. Yeah, it's crazy, man. You got to come for that. That's in April, I think. But yeah, so yeah, obviously we got the rate hike. So I do think, right, we can be seeing some appreciation across Japanese yen, which means UJ sells um, a distro, a cum. Now, obviously, I am very mindful that we do have this little minor supply zone over here. All right. But as of now, with this, I mean, we accumulated, what did we do? Um, Stakeout could have been better for it. 102. UTAD, Accum. So, ugh, ugh. Maybe we come back into this, that pre-New York Frankfurt sweep. What are we doing on a lower time frame? Ugh, what the fuck is that, bro? Ugh, what the fuck is that? Well, that's ugly. There's nothing to do on UJ. Well, obviously this can be the opposite of UJ. Bro, we need a soundboard, bro. I'm gonna buy one of those things. That's what I want to buy, bro. You know, like those stream decks. Oh man, that's what we need. Um, all right, so this is just disgusting. There's nothing that gets me in here. I mean, we went into phase A. I would say it's an active distribution potentially now. I mean, the only thing that gets me in this is if we roll over and come down and accumulate. I don't even, bro, what's your name? It's iPhone 4. Well, who is this? Mr. iPhone 4. Oh, Dean. Oh, shit. What's that then? You got an iPhone 4? Bro, what year are you in, man? But no, yeah, I think UJ definitely needs a shakeout. I mean, I'd be open to giving it some buyers. Oh, the fourth one, man's got four phones. What a bit? Oh, right, all right. Say less. Um, yeah, if we can get some sort of shakeout, build out a bit of a distribution, maybe another up for us. I need a shakeout to the downside before buying this. I think this is still in phase B right now as a distro. So maybe we get a push up, sweep down, and then if we do that, I'll get in. But I don't like this. I think it could come lower and sweep this Asia low. I wouldn't be surprised as that. All right, let's not bait him out in the chat. You know what I mean? Let's not just bait him out, right, guys? Um, but yeah, so let's see. I think this is potential distro in here, but I want to see it reaccumulate. So maybe we can pop up first and come down, but it is still early in the week. And we can still come down a little bit lower to the 80% of the whole thing. Nice confidence in there with that Asia sweep, New York price action. So yeah, if it micros here, I'll be involved, or if we can play the reaccums up, maybe during the blue box. Um, yeah, any other it's true. Any other, but at least you're here. At least you're making that change. But any other questions, comments, observations in regards to EJ? Give me one sec, chat. One sec. That'll be is the webinar lagging? I don't know, is it? It shouldn't be lagging. We lagging? I did just pause it. Might be you, Jonas, with that Lithuanian internet. I find it hilarious how every Lithuanian person I know, like all of their names ends in as. You got Dominikas, Samantas, Jonas. Um, all right, cool. So that is one of the fastest. How many megabytes you getting, G? How many megs you getting? 50. Oh, all right. Or gigabytes. All right, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I think mine's a gigabyte, so it's 1,000 megs, and I pay 800 baht a month. What's that? That's £19. Something like that. 60 kilobytes. Well, yeah. I wonder what Starlink is. Some people say Starlink's not even that fast. 60 kilobytes, bro. That's McDonald's Wi-Fi right there, bro. Or are you talking like 6,000 megs, or are we messing it up? Maybe we got it wrong. Maybe bro's got the fastest in there. Right, 60, bro. You gotta get to Asia, mate. That's why I don't like England, man. It's crazy. But yeah, that's it for JPY, man. We spoke about CAD, Swissy. For me, Swissy's just kind of being driven by the dollar right now. I don't like it, to be honest with you, bro. It's just kind of ranging. I mean, did we even break this low? Uh, 09305, 09305. Oh, eight. And we did. Fair enough. So, what's it doing higher time frame, man? I don't really like it that much. I mean, I'd assume this low be taken. Come up to this little redistro. Yeah, I don't like it. There's really nothing to do on it. Yeah, Swissy's is pretty dead. AUD go away, NZD go away, indices. Hey guys, do you remember yesterday? What was everyone talking about? Bro, it was funny. I was arguing with some kid in my TikTok comment. He was like, "Oh yeah, whatever that AI, I forget what it's even called. What's it called again? Deep. Oh, I forget what it's called. Deep Seek. He's like, oh, the markets are gonna crash. Crypto's dead. Rebounded. Spastic. Anyway, all right. When we go higher on this thing, right? Now you have to buy it, man. Earnings are up. Economy's resilient as fuck. Yeah, let's buy this, man. Unless inflation gets out of hand, I don't think these things will crash. What do I want to do? I mean, I want to buy it from here. It's that took 16 hours. Been here. I don't really want to buy up here on U30, bro. I'll be honest with you. Um, I mean, I wouldn't really say it's out of hand, and I'm basing that off. I think it was the Fed barking. Yeah, what did Barkin say the other week? What boys? I've been banned from Bloomberg. What is this? Well, where's the box? Uh, uh, now, where's the box? Where is the box? Wait there. Let me restart my paywalls. No way. What? Okay, let me try this. Aha! Yeah, can't lock me out. Yeah, Fed himself says January 15th. So, yeah, I mean, we spoke about this at the start of the month. The only real reason we're seeing inflation go higher. Let me go back to my notes. What did we say in that call? I think it was like 2 weeks ago. Mm, 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 mm. Where's it gone? It's just because of fuel pricing. Oh, I don't think I. Is this one? Yeah, because of motor fuel. Yeah, yeah. So I wouldn't really say that it's out of control. I mean, bigger picture, we was at 9% and we're down at 2.9. I wouldn't really say it's out of control yet. I mean, let's say the labor market starts getting crippled and then inflation starts going 3, 4%. Yeah, I mean, we haven't been going up that aggressively. So, um, the Fed, all they do is they're just reactionary, man. They just look at the data, don't they? But yeah, I kind of, for me, this is like in a little distro. If I can blue box redistro micro down, I'll do it because I mean, obviously you can just tear, but if I can redistro in the blue box down to demand, I'll do it. Um, but I'd rather wait for the buys. And any sort of shakeout, I'll be back in the buys and reaccumes. You guys know how we do the blue box on indices. But that's kind of my game plan for U30. Nas, I'll buy Nas up. I think, yeah, I'll buy Nas up. I think maybe if we can micro in here, yeah, I'm in. Obviously, this can, again, we know what New York Stock Exchange does, it can manipulate. So, yeah, let's see. Obviously, if this ends up breaking and U30 breaks and we show signs of redistros, yeah, maybe look for some very small shorts. I didn't actually back test yesterday. Did anyone back test yesterday's NAS blue box? It's obviously a Monday. I'm not going to trade it. Did anyone find anything yesterday on NAS? There's a redistro here. I mean, is it going to give us a 1 second distro? Mm, 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 mm. I mean, yeah, it's a Monday. There's no way I'm taking this on a Monday, but it does. You can, you might be a bit hard for some of you to make that out. Larger pullback, your one drive, your two drive, your three drive, four drive, up thrust, weakness. I mean, if you want to scalp, if you hyper scalp indices, obviously it's a Monday. Shit, it took 50 seconds to give an entry. There's no way I'll probably take that on a Monday. but it plays out, man, just to show you the power of it. Blue box comes in POI, cause and effect. Shit, what even? Damn, that's tiny stop, bro. 1 to 10. Did it even sweep the low? It did. There you go. I don't even, yeah, on a Monday, yeah, I'm not taking that. But it just shows the power of the blue box, boys and girls. But again, right, don't be the guy, oh my God, blue box, right? It's what did I just show you? I showed you a schematic that has cause and effect. It gave a micro schematic. That works across any time frame, you know? You can just be that aggressive in the blue box. But today, yeah, let's see if we can kind of walk Nas higher, to be honest with you. We can sweep out this Asia and give a little micro down there. So we can send it. The power of the blue box. No, the blue box, basically, bro, so it's your sessions, right? So that's an incredible honk there. So if you go to Forex time zone converter, you've got different trading sessions, right? So you've got liquidity. Liquidity just means money. So you've got obviously you can put in your time zone, right? So you've got Frankfurt session, London session, New York, and obviously the Asia. We know the Asia is very low liquidity, low volume. We don't trade that. But there's also another session, right, at well, here, 2:30 p.m. UK time, which is the New York Stock Exchange Open. So between the hours of UK time, between the hours of 2:30 p.m. and 5:30 p.m., that's the window where basically pretty much every one of your sessions are open. Obviously, Frankfurt does die off a little bit, but that New York opening bell, whilst London's still open, New York session's open, and New York Stock Exchange open is a very high liquidity session. And that's normally where you get the continuations and the strongest moves. Like look at well, I mean, sometimes, yeah, you can get some moves, during Asia and stuff, but that's for me the highest session to trade, especially indices for scalps. I mean, I'll be all over them without the need for a higher time frame POI. Well, what do you mean, bro? That is a POI. No, I mean, higher time frame's relative, right? Like, there's like, I mean, this is it. That's your higher time frame POI. It's your 5 second POI. That's your 1 second entry. Higher time frame's relative. As long as if you've got a schematic, I tell you guys this every week. You've got a schematic inside anytime, forget the time of day. Obviously, ideally London, New York, but you got a schematic comes in, a lower time frame schematic, you take the trade. And especially if you redistribute, you take the trade again. Right? Now, if you're seeing this in New York Stock Exchange Open, that's it's the same thing. Yeah. If I literally, right, if I made this full screen and got rid of the time frame, bro, you don't know what time frame this is. If I deleted the time and price, right, and it was like if we just did this for a second, right, got rid of that, we got rid of that, and we got rid of that, all right, and that. What time frame is that? No idea. That's it, brother. They're fractal. It's the same pattern across every time frame. You know, yeah. Obviously, that's a Monday. That I'm not going to trade that. Oh fuck! I'm stuck in full screen now. Right. But yeah, I mean, you can do that. I mean, like, bro, like multiple times a week, it's the same thing. Thursday last week, Nas did the exact same thing. All right. Reaccumulation, POI. Well, I mean, like think about it, right? Time of day. I mean, it doesn't matter, bro. And like that's your trading plan right there, right? POI comes in, lower time frame schematic, meet validation criteria, take a trade. It's the same thing every time. And regardless if I'm scalping, regardless if I'm on a 5 hour time frame, it's the same same trading plan every time. Nothing changes. I mean, like that's just an odd enhancer, I mean, that does have cause and effect. That invalidated demand, did it not? Yeah, as long as you got a minimum of two time frames in your direction, you're good. Obviously, if you're scalping, yeah, you might take a few extra losses if you're newer with it, because you're taking more trades and losses are normal. Like, don't avoid losses. You can't not have a loss. Every system, every strategy will have losses. And it just is what it is. You just got to become immune to them and change your thinking. Because if you're thinking that because your trading plan shows itself, your trade has to win, that's the wrong mindset right there, right?
I think.
You,
Can you hear
yeah,
me?
yeah, yeah.
Sorry, just quick one. So like, you see the redistribution that happened right below it.
Mm, one, this one
No, before the entry,
here,
that kind of one below that.
where?
I kind of see a redistribution. You see where you got the shakeout.
What, this?
Yeah,
Why is that a redistribution for you?
I mean, I see a shakeout. I just seen a shakeout. To be honest,
So,
obviously there
so
isn't much
let,
of a
let's let's
markdown.
validate it. Forget what you see. What can you validate? Let's talk about it, right? So, what's the five steps? What's number one?
Where are we?
Right, where are we?
Yeah,
We're at a
against
low.
yeah, we're in discount, right?
Right, yeah, 100%. What occurs in discount? Buyers or sellers?
Buyers.
Yeah. So, yeah,
Couldn't you argue that the other redistro was also on discount?
yeah. But
And that's
again,
why I was asking about the higher time frame POI, because how would we know if we're in discount or extreme?
yeah. So we get into it, right? What does that also have?
It has cause and effect, yeah.
Yeah. And then what does it also do? And now, what
Mm,
time of day?
sure.
And what does it give here? A micro.
Oh, micro, yeah.
Yeah, 100%, and it maintains the leg. Now, obviously, 100%, yeah, technically, you're right, it is in discount. And if it came up here, a micro up here, I'd still short out over here too.
Yeah.
Um,
I think context is definitely something I need to work on then as well then. So
yeah, like the number one thing is always think, where are you? And like, what's the market actually doing? So remember, seek and destroy want to rebalance itself. So
yeah.
we've just sought and destroyed low. I mean, there's no way in hell I'm looking at this to be a redistribution because there's no shakeout. We've got all this liquidity in here. Like for me, what I want to see if it's going to be a redistribution is my accum play out, right? And a sign of strength to follow. And during that sign of strength, I want people to be induced, meaning I want some sort of liquidity taken. And I want it to actually exit the trading range because I think this is where a lot of people get sucked out. Like this doesn't really start an uptrend. It just reverses back to the range and prints a micro accum, And like who really got shaken out there? And for
Can
me,
you
really,
kind of like
no one.
point out the shakeout in the redistro that you have marked up there?
Yeah, one sec. It's got a
I'm just trying to differentiate the two.
So, I mean, obviously, I don't need a valid accumulation because we're in a bearish market cycle. But what do? Right? We split in half. We print a type 3 head and shoulders, which is, I'm not going to trade. There's no reason to even trade it. Can't be validated. But we get our accumulation, we get our distribution, right? We look how organized the distribution is. Get our up
Yeah.
price, we get a micro, and we shake out all those weekends. And then more importantly, what does it do? You know, it obviously it leaves a trading range, right? Okay, let's say this, and let's put it like this. Let's replay it. Why is that not? Let's look at this, right? Okay, we're in demand. Let's look for buys. I mean, obviously, I didn't trade this; it's just a back test. But at this point here, I think you can look for buys in here, right? So let's validate it, all right? Do we have? All right, let's validate this as a schematic. One drive, two drive, three drive, four drive, five drive. Do that, and I'll buy it.
Mm.
You know, But what we're doing, building out more of a distribution, micros, 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 micros. I don't see a lot of effort in the buy side.
Yeah, and then we obviously broke the POI after.
Yeah, exactly. So even if, set alert, okay, maybe spring, set an alert on the high.
Mm.
You know, remember, it's not your job to predict. You create the if-then scenarios. Oh, POI's broke. Sellers came in. You know, obviously, I'm not just going to set a blind limit in here. You're right, because why? It's in discount, 100%, and it can come up here. But what do we know, right? We've got a distribution so we've got a distro inside our blue box with cause and effect, and we get a micro.
Yeah, it's making sense now.
You know, so for me here at this point, right? You know, fib it up, right? Alert, alert, alert. Walk away. You know, I mean, obviously, I'm on a 5 second chart, so it's gonna happen pretty quick. But you know, this is where for me personally, I'll be doing probably something else, look at another market or do something else. La di da, time's passing, time's passing.
Mm.
I'm just gonna go higher time frame, something a bit quicker.
What time, out of interest, at what time did it come into the POI?
UK time. The first touch of the 50 was at 4:47 p.m. UK time.
Yeah, I guess if you're getting a micro around that time, then it would make sense to.
Yeah, I mean, bro, anytime you listen, I quit my job trading Asia session, and I've even got trades on my YouTube where I passed fucking FTMOs, I got fat payouts like 1 to 50 doing this in Asia session.
Yeah, I do
You
agree.
know? Like end of the day, you can literally trade in any trading session you want. Now, why don't I trade during Asia session? Because I found my win rate's higher. And
Yeah.
especially, why am I focusing so much in this blue box? Most of my winners tend to come in during this time. So if I'm looking at my data, right, and I know that this time of day, right, gives most of my entries that win, I can scalp in this time frame if I want. Now, obviously, I'm not going to scalp every market. I'll scalp indices because it's the New York Stock Exchange Open, and these are the stocks of America. You know, but end of the day, bro, you got a schematic, right? And again, when I say schematic, most of the time these are redistros and reaccumes, right? So if you've got a redistro in your blue box, right, and obviously look where like there's no demand here either. You know, it would need to trade into that. Like obviously, if this came down and started accumulating out of that, I'll probably leave it to be honest with you.
That
But
makes sense.
we just come into imbalance. It's got room to come lower, and I'm only going to be targeting that low anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, and obviously, like for me, I'm not going to set a limit in there. Like, I think that's a little bit wild. Give me one sec. One sec. One sec. Apologies. But yeah, brother, does that make sense? Is it there? Did you leave? I guess so. But yeah, so let's kind of see what we get today then on this. And again, like, I mean, look, if this thing ends up, even the New York Stock Exchange, obviously I'd like it to shake out, but if it does give some little reaccums of micros in the blue box, you fucking buy it. You know? All right, and let's check SPX though one more time to kind of see what's going on. We cracked it all. We did. Damn, we confirmed a massive reaccum on these. So let's see. Yeah, send it to all-time highs again, man. But is really order flowy. I would not be surprised if we got a shakeout on this. I don't want to be that aggressive. Yeah, I'm gonna come back to SPX probably during NYSC. I mean it can still come down to the 80. It's definitely a possibility. But I think I'll need some sort of shakeout on this. There's really nothing that gets me trying to buy this, to be honest in here. So let's see if we can maybe do that. And if we can get some micro reaccumes on the way up, we'll take it. Bro, if I was you, I'll just download the indicator Jonas put in the resources chat and just come down, yeah, and then just come to resources. For me, I preferred the second one I pinned. I think there's two. Yeah, I prefer this one for me personally. But you literally just open that, like literally just open this, like open it and press Control A, all right, or just highlight everything from the top. But literally just come here. If you got a Mac, just select everything, copy all of it, copy it, come on Trading View. All right, get your arrow and put it on this bar here under the clock. Put your to the left of the clock. Put your mouse on this bar over here. Drag it up. Pine editor. All right, and then I think you need to. Where is it? Is it this one? Nope. Where's it going? Pine editor. And then that's strange. Why is it not coming up here? Or even just go to. Oh, here we go. It's got to load. Give it a sec. Give it a sec to load. If it loads at some point today. There we go. Once it loads, just delete everything in there, paste it all in there, and then add to chart. And then the only difference you can do, you can just go settings and then just change. For me, this is the inputs. I just took off the show sessions divider and the show daily one. And it's a possibility ES can reaccumulate out of here, but I don't see much of a shakeout. That's the thing. Yeah, let's see. And then what's crypto doing? It did bounce off that 50, but the way ETH, I mean, if ETH gives a distro, I'd love ETH to redistro down. I'd love ETH to make it one more leg down. I'd love it. I'd love it. But I'm not really going to try to leverage trade cryptos right now. It's definitely a possibility that Bitcoin could as well just spike from here. But I'm not going to really try to leverage trade this. But yeah, I think main thing for me is the old indices. Want to buy them really. And then obviously we got our currencies. Let's see what dollar can do. Dollar can confirm our distro, EU can confirm our accum. We'll try and buy it up. UJ can give some sort of free distro, Japanese yen futures reaccum. CAD, let's see if we can hold this to some more partials or get a re-entry. And yeah, let's kind of just really leave it as that. I'll stand up for a sec. Ooh, anyone got any other questions? Or are we pretty much good? Anyone got any questions? Or we got a document. What we got here, mate? That's long. CAD what's your thoughts on CAD? What's driving CAD for you? I honestly have no idea, but we'll get into that in a sec. Um, yeah, bro, I wouldn't be trying to just buy like, I mean, well, if this is a type four, well, number one, what's to the left?
There was a reaccum on the left, bro. So there was a POI. And I think the only reason I felt more comfortable taking
Where?
this trade because I
Where's your
was
POI?
already in. Uh, Here, hold on, let me annotate it. That's what I was looking at here. Uh, Hold on.
Oh, no, that's not, no, that's a distribution, bro. Look where
So I
it
was
is.
looking at this as distro and then reaccums, then I fibbed this bit up here, and then it was at the 80 there
Let's take a look when this was. For me, that was like a distribution. When was this, bro?
on Friday.
Friday. Here.
Yeah.
Um,
But then when I was reviewing it, I saw that this over here hadn't broken over there. So straight away, obviously, I was like, okay, that's a big red flag anyway. This is after I reviewed it though.
yeah,
But obviously, I just taken it. So
I mean, number one, where are we? Okay, well, let's see. Look where we are. So number one, let's adjust all this. We just boofed, so technically we are in premium. I mean, if you're scalping the blue box, you want your schematic to be formed in the blue box.
mm,
So your POI wasn't, and I don't know. I can't really see this as a reaccum, to be honest. For me, this is screaming more like a larger distribution to me, like bias climax, automatic reaction, secondary test, up frost, MSAL, and then UTAD
mm.
for me. But let's think. Yeah, it would have been nice as well. Like another thing, I agree with you. Like, why don't you just go the extra, couple pips just to break the high and then come back? But like, if you are scalping the blue box, like make sure that your POI like is formed in the blue box.
Okay.
Um, yeah, for me, I mean, honestly, I wasn't even trading Friday. Yeah, I just see this as a larger distro, to be honest with you. Like, I can't see much. Where's the volume at? Let's see. Here. Oh, fat amount of volume up here. Yeah, phase A, bias climax, automatic reaction, secondary test, up frost, UTAD. But let's revisit your micro though. So you look at this as a type four. Does it break?
Yeah, just. But then again, when I was reviewing it, it's like it only just broke it. Like there should have been more strength. Um, in my opinion, now.
And well, okay. So even if this was a reaccumulation, bro, it broke the POI.
Yeah, that's the other thing as well.
Yeah, so it's done. So
Mm,
yeah, I mean, so obviously, I'm already looking at like this is another reason why I wasn't trading Friday. Like it was a bit unclear, looking like an active distro, high volume, but your instant red flag for me, your invalidation is, you know, broke your line in the sand,
mm,
you know?
yeah.
So that's it. There's nothing else I can do.
No, I hear you, bro. No, that makes sense, man.
Yeah, I mean, and you was viewing this as a type four. Futures didn't break the type four, bro. If that was your change of character.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So I think maybe you just caught up on the CFD chart. Yeah, you was. You was on the C. Yeah, don't like when you're trading in indices. Like obviously, yeah, you can execute through brokers, IC markets, but I don't care about IC markets. I care about futures.
Yeah, no,
Like,
I hear you.
yeah. So really, with this, like I would say The main thing is one, the POI broke, and two, your type 4 never confirms. It wasn't valid in that sense.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And
No,
then from there, I'd speculate about the larger distro with the volume. Yeah. But main thing for me is is the POI broke.
sweet. Got you, bro. Now that makes sense, man. Thanks, bro.
Yeah, no problem, bro. All right. Gotta be careful, man. Gotta be careful. And then CAD yeah. Yeah, Sonia, what's your thoughts on CAD I mean, you talk to me about it. What's we can look at it, I'll give you mine, but what's driving it? If you can speak, if not, type. What's driving CAD for you? I'm bearish on the CAD and I'm bullish. So I'm bearish CAD, I'm bullish JPY. So that means it could go lower. But what the fuck is this doing? I mean, I don't really know what I'm trading here. I don't know what's driving this, if it's more the CAD or JPY. I'll be honest with you. So if I'm trading CAD weakness, I'll just trade CAD futures or USD CAD. If I'm trading Japanese yen strength, I'll just trade Japanese yen futures or USD JPY. Like I wouldn't even try and fight these mad exotic pairs. Yeah, like it's sitting in the middle of nowhere for me. You've got demand here, it's accumulating out of. You've got distribution, it's distributed out of. I've got a weak CAD. I've got a strong JP. Yeah, I'll be honest, I don't want to fight this. I think it's bullish on the 4 hour. I mean, yeah, but we just broke. We were in a fat distribution here on the 4 hour on daily. You know, we've just tapped into the reload and distributed out of it and now accumulate. I mean, I know we're in that leg. I agree with you. You're not wrong. But when I look at this, it's like, yeah. And again, it's just so many conflicting signals because it's like we're also in demand here. I don't know what to do with this. I'll be honest with you. Like, I don't know fundamentally what's driving this. And like these mad exotic pairs, it's just not really worth trying to trade them. Yeah. Like for me, this is just a recipe for disaster. Again, if I'm trading CAD, if I think it's the CAD driving this, let's just trade CAD. If I think it's Japanese yen, let's just trade JPY. Like, why make my job harder for myself? Why not just why not just just trade CAD or JPY? And furthermore, where's the average daily range on CAD? Mm, 100 pips a day. But yeah, I don't want to fight this, I'll be honest with you. And again, that's another thing as traders, like you got to look at something and don't always look for reasons to try and trade it. You know, like for me, I'm trying to preserve capital. And I've got massive distribution. Okay, like let's put it like this. Okay, if we are in demand, one drive, two drive, three drive, maybe a spring, you know. But fundamentally, if I'm bullish on JPY, this will send this lower. I'm bearish on CAD, maybe sell it, but I don't know. It's just a mess for me. So like, if I'm uncertain and I don't really know, why am I going to force myself? Like, I'd rather come CAD, boom, make my life easier. Fundamentals, bearish. This thing's bearish. It doesn't get any more bearish than this, you know? Redistribution, mitigation, micro, clean, easy, you know? Euro, simple, buy it up. So, yeah, I don't think you should try and fight it, to be honest. I think you should try to stick a little bit more clean or indices. But good job for sending charts. I mean, you're not wrong, but I just don't think it's a high probable instrument to try and trade right now. I'll be honest. Any other charts or questions? If not, we'll call it a day. I'm gonna go and figure out why his neighbors don't stop with fireworks. All right, cool. Well, let's keep an eye on indices, see if we can wiggle in something, and we'll take it from there. All right, cool. I'll drop the recording in the chat, and I'll catch up with you guys on Thursday. Take care.